Hello there and welcome back to the Vampire Therapist. I have been and still am Dogino or Shimon as you would like. And without further ado, I will not explain to you what I was doing for a week. Personal, it involves kids. You know, once you become a dad, these things happen, it's called being sick. And yeah, I also did a more RPG-like video to get Barbaric Challenge. You can find that as well and support the entire challenge. See also other entries, which are much more indie. And we are back with Andromachos and Sam. Good evening, Samuel. I hope you are feeling well rested. I have a new client for you. Ba ba ba. So, to refresh everybody, we are playing as this cowboy here called Sam. And Samuel has been a felon. He has shot people, he has drank their blood, he's a goddamn vampire. And this is a vampire story about therapy and getting getting yourself together. Now then, let us proceed.
Another one? I think my caseload's starting to get a little crowded.
Oh yeah, that will be our what? Fourth client. We have the mopey doctor who has been taking drugs to feel better about himself and finally get laid and doesn't think he accounts for anything. We have the high and posh lady who I've been thinking very deep and hard about, and I'm going to side on. Well, if the Tremere is a doctor, the lady is going to be a Ventru or possibly Hecata. That's Giovanni, most likely, from all the bloodlines. And also our third client was the very artsy, very over-the-top Toreador who even dared to use a discipline on us. Outside of that, we met some gods who we fed up on, and we met this very strange lady with a lot of eyes, Panoptibella, who even translated her name into I see you all and I am beautiful, so I suspect vampire shenanigans trying to get vampire politics up in this cowboy's head. Lastly, we also met Crimson, who is Andromachos' blood partner, and that's the sort of a recap I'm going to throw at you if you can simply review the videos and I don't have to go into any depth.
Worry not, my friend. I shall not unload all the world's cares onto you.
Ooh, good, good. Keep your secrets then.
I know how strongly this next client requires aid.
Alright.
She is a great deal older than most of the clients you've seen, and sometimes it is harder for the elderly to see reality.
Oh yes, let's get a proper crazy elder up in here.
It took me far too long to do so.
Alright.
She's as old as you are?
Not nearly. Thus, she should be more ready for change than I was.
Oh, okay, okay, so she's not Andromachos level of old. So place your bets. My bet is around 1000. Or actually something medieval, because we've been only up until Renaissance up until now.
Take a look at her intake form.
Oh boy. Oh, 200-year-old. Med B, yeah, let's do the better reading. Oh. Med B. She looks very modern in her outlook. Female, origin prehistoric Ireland. Prehistoric Ireland. Oh yeah, their history I guess doesn't go that far when we come to written Irish. An elder vampire like myself, Medi has lived mostly alone the past 2 millennia. She grew among wanton violence between Irish clan warlords, and has since kept distance between herself and mortals. She now spends more of her time online, where she has become a streaming celebrity. I do not know what this means, but perhaps a younger vampire might. She has expressed frustration at the increasing demands of her followers. Suggestion: be patient with the elderly. And yeah, she's like 50 years older than our protagonist. Okay, okay.
Dang, she died young. Makes me wonder why I waited so long to kick the bucket. Could have left a nicer looking corpse.
Alas, Death does not often allow us to have much choice in the matter.
Oh yeah, that's true. It's actually a very fun part of character creation that you get to give that power while your character doesn't, and they get to feel ways about that, usually sad or upset or angry. Yeah, it's a great time. Yeah, I mean, creating a Vampire the Masquerade character for one of my future players, and it's been great. He enjoys it very much, especially the part when half of the character backstory is created by asking basic questions.
Says here she doesn't leave home unless she has to.
Oh,
Indeed, it is a puzzle, as elder vampires can often be.
alright.
I sure do hope I can help her.
Well, there's going to be a big question of how does she get her blood. So I am guessing invites followers and, you know, highest paying guys.
You will do your best, I know. Let me allow you some privacy. She comes.
Oh yeah, the bat animation. There it is.
Hello?
Hello, you have a lot of e-girl makeup on you. Let's
Hey
continue.
there, how do I say your name? Is it, Medbub? Medb?
Mev is my real name. Medby's just my screen name. You can call me Medi if you like.
Okay, so maybe Medi. Okay, so let's see what this bozo chooses, or if we get the choice.
Oh, mighty fine meeting you, Medi. I'm Sam.
Yeah, the human choice. That's why he's a therapist and not you.
Is that all you are?
I couldn't rightly say. I ain't no more or less than Sam.
Yeah. That's the best definition when somebody tries to play smart with you like she does.
You're cute, strange cowboy man.
I don't know that you should be calling your potential therapist cute, miss.
Yep.
Not in a touching bodies way. I mean, you're more like a rabbit or a mouse.
Yep.
Oh, I want to dress you up in a little mouse onesie and watch you scurry about.
Yeah, something's not right.
You can keep your hat on and be a little cowboy mouse. Oh, I like that very much.
Yeah, do you want to place your bets on the clan? Because I have an early bet and I hope this does not smell of fish milk as much as it does. I hope that's just her internet persona.
I'd keep you in a little cage and give you lots of cheese and, of course, a wheel to run on. You can be my whiskery little pet.
Oh boy.
Uh,
Yeah.
What is the matter, Samuel?
I think I'm out of my depth here, Chief. I ain't keen to be anyone's pet.
Older vampires such as myself can sometimes be uncomfortable to be around.
Yeah, eventually you lose the shame, don't you?
I believe this will be an excellent challenge in setting boundaries, Samuel.
Yep.
Explain to her your boundaries. You will be modeling positive behavior and saving yourself a little trouble.
Exactly.
Yeah, just a little.
Boundaries are good, kids. Remember that. Especially when meeting people, getting into relationships, or even establishing such a thing as a relationship contract known as what is it? Employment contract. Yes, that one. Because then you can set boundaries of what the company heads can and cannot do to you.
All the more reason to be clear and polite right now. Good luck, Samuel. I know you can do it.
Exactly.
You look distracted, little mouse. Have you smelt a bit of cheese? Did your whiskers twitch?
All right, miss, before we keep going, I think we need to set a few boundaries.
Exactly. Yep, we are not wearing a onesie.
First of all, I ain't gonna wear no onesie. I don't think I could find one that'd fit.
I could sew one for you. I would make the neck hole really big so that your funny hat would fit right through it.
Oh boy, no thank you.
Okay, well, maybe I wasn't being clear. I don't want to wear a onesie.
But it would make me happy.
Well, too bad. It would make me unhappy. Apparently also Sam shares this unhappiness of wearing a onesie.
Well, wouldn't make me happy, miss.
Fine. But I don't like it.
You're not here to like this, you are here to get therapy. Second, this guy is a vampire, so no cheese.
I don't eat cheese, you know that. We only drink blood anyway. Mortal food doesn't exactly agree with us.
Yes, puke that blood. Puke it if you eat cheese.
But a mouse who doesn't eat cheese is hardly a mouse.
Well, he ain't a
But
mouse.
I'm not a mouse.
Then why do you have twitchy whiskers?
I just like the way they look.
Isn't it called a mustache? Yeah, but yeah. You know, let's call it twitchy whiskers, why not?
So do I. That's why I think you should eat some cheese.
No, thank you.
Well, I ain't gonna take it or leave it.
You're very mean for a mouse.
Well, too bad, you can pout. And yeah, this one is obvious for almost everybody. Yeah, if we are past 10 minutes, yes. If living in a cage happens to be your fetish, more power to you, but you know, most people don't want to spend a lot of time that way. Like, live there actually.
This stuff about putting me in a cage and making me your pet are things you should be doing with a blood partner.
Yes.
Besides, I make the rules about my own body. If I don't want something, you gotta respect it or find a new therapist.
Yes.
You don't want me to do things to your body.
Well, not exactly, thank you.
You cut that out. I'm serious now.
Very well. Be that way.
Yes, you paid for a therapy. If you want to pay for something else, you know, you have to strike a new contract. Ah, yeah, my inner Tremere is showing, isn't it, right? Yep, that's about Sam's boundaries. I wonder how somebody who would not want to have those boundaries would play out this. But yes, I am on board an old man who you decided to watch, who gives you a lot of boring commentary about the game, which is lightly related to this, so this is about the boundaries, isn't it? I think it.
I think that about covers it.
Very well. It's a little boring. People usually let me do what I want to do to them.
Exactly, maybe that is the core of your problem, but let's keep going, let's double check why are you here. Yes, and has since kept distance between herself and the warlords and mortals, okay. Frustration and increasing demands of her followers. Oh, so she likes doing things to people, but doesn't like when people do things to her. Well, that's not how it works in real life.
Well, this is less boring then. It's something new.
I suppose you're right. It's very clever, strange cowboy man. May I still call you a mouse from time to time, though?
If it'll make you feel comfortable, I guess it ain't hurting me.
Yep.
But let's get to you and why you're here. Now, it said on your intake form that...
Sounds like she's overworked because she is worried about things like what people want from her.
You're overworked, it said. You're not my first client with that problem. What line of work are you in?
I play video games.
Ooh, shots fired at me. Well, keep him coming.
Video games? Like Star Invaders?
Yes.
No, silly. More like Overcharge 2 and Pension Impact. More of an FPS and RPG girl.
Overcharge 2, that's going to be Overwatch and Pension Impact. I just love it. Let's keep it like that. Pension Impact, yes. It's an RPG where you're playing an old person. You have to handle all the taxation and getting that extra cut at the cafeteria.
I don't know what them things are. I kind of figured video games were just a fad, like collecting ferns was in my time.
Video games are lots of fun. There's even one where you get to play a cowboy and kill bunches and bunches of people.
Yes.
Then you get to pretend you feel bad about it. But after that, you kill even more people.
Oh, I played that game. was a good game. But you know, those people are not sponsoring me, so you figure it out on yourself.
Shucks, that there might give me some flashbacks. But you're working by playing video games? How's that?
I stream on Glitch. I have millions and millions of followers there.
Alrighty.
Wait just a gosh darn minute. People are paying to watch you pee?
Samuel, you will be disturbed to learn that people would love to watch her pee and pay for that, but... to everybody who hasn't known what they are getting into, yes, this video is not advertised for children.
Of course not. That sort of thing would be on my Only Zealots page. If I could pee. Which I can't, because I'm a vampire.
Yes. Yes. Multi-level marketing.
Alright, you gotta walk me through this.
Fun fact though, when you play Vampire the Masquerade, and I'm guessing her humanity is not up to scratch, there are ways which can make your character pee or excrete. But you know, there's a blood tax on that, so you have to roll some dice to actually be able to do these basic things which basic people can do. Okay. So, let's get Sam up to speed. What does streaming mean?
What's streaming mean if it ain't paying?
Streaming means to share your computer screen to the internet.
Like watching the cinema, only instead of people shooting each other, it's you answering emails?
Oh boy.
Sort of. Mostly people just like to watch people shooting other people. Only it's little computer people that only look like people.
Yes.
Clear as mud. I got some more questions about them funny things you mentioned, though.
Yes. What's Only Zealots?
What's Only Zealots?
That's a very special website where my very special followers get to see me do naughty things for money.
Yes. That's a very good explanation of what that thing is. Thank you, Maddie.
You've been around a long while. Do you need money?
No, of course not. But I do like having mortal blood bags who will do anything for me. They're very useful.
Yep. So it's essentially an online cult personality. I like the character concept of her. Yeah. Sometimes when I talk to people about what kinds of games I play, and they are like, we play Dungeons and Dragons and it's very dark, somebody got their arms cut off, and I'm like, yeah, I have characters who use people across a large amount of space and time because they are on the internet and they make them do weird, fucked up things for money, and even not for money, just to show them their boobs, and they are like, how? Well, have you seen the reality outside of your window lately? But that's evil and bad, and I'm like, yeah, it's sort of a horror game which I'm running. So yeah, I like her. I might reuse Maddie, and I'm sorry to my players, future players, and everybody who will ever meet Maddie.
This whole thing makes me feel old.
Yes.
But you're only a baby vampire, strange cowboy man. I'm glad you're not the kind of baby who poops and pees, though. That's quite icky.
Yep. That kind of baby would be a terrifying concept for a vampire. And I don't even have to use consent forms to know that most people don't want to have a game about such a thing.
I had some more questions.
Yes. What's this FPS and RPG stuff? Wouldn't you like to know?
What's all this RPG and FPS stuff?
Role-playing games and first-person shooters.
Alright.
Kinda dark to be playing games about the first person you ever shot. That ain't a good moment.
Oh yeah. This comes from somebody who actually did that.
You're extra silly. It's a video game with a first-person perspective. It only looks as though you're shooting someone. I like the ones where there's lots and lots of blood. I end up feeling quite hungry.
Yep. That's actually a good point of what kind of games of Empire might like. Or they might like sports, because they used to like sports when they were alive. There's nothing like throwing a completely reasonable vampire who just happens to be a bro dude who just likes FIFA at unsuspecting nerdy players. It's glorious.
Are they still using corn syrup to look like blood? It never looked realistic to me.
They don't use corn syrup in video games. You're very funny.
Oh well.
I'm glad I'm funny, I guess. Let me ask you something else about these video games.
Yeah, I think that's enough about video games.
All right, I think I understand a little better. You're working pretty dang hard for all them followers. What do you need them for?
Lots of things. They pay my rent for me, they buy clothes and gifts for me.
Yep.
They dispose of all the bodies. And they let me kill them too. They're all so eager to die. Poor little lambs.
Oh boy. Yeah, now we're getting to the real issue, aren't we, Maddie?
They're like servants?
Servants, little sheep, whatever you'd like to call them.
Yep, makes sense.
And they're willing to just up and die for you.
I like that even the music is a little bit darker now, so that we get an actually dark character who isn't upset about art or some principle or any of the usual messed up stuff which people get into, but some actual vampiric darkness.
Oh, naturally. Sometimes all I have to do is smile for them. They find it enchanting.
Oh well.
They quite like my breasts and vulva.
Yes. She enjoys telling these things to him. Look at her.
Oh, I see.
Does it make you uncomfortable to hear me say breasts and vulva?
Yeah, she's literally like testing what she can do to him.
I reckon I just wasn't expecting that level of candidness.
Breasts, vulva.
Hey, come on now.
Oh, but it's so much fun to watch your little whiskers twitch.
Yes.
So, these followers of yours do a lot of work for you, huh?
But I have almost 100 million little sheep. It's rather difficult to manage them all and keep them happy.
Yeah, so you killed all those people who cannot control themselves, haven't you? Let's see what else we will learn about you, Maddie.
Why do you need to keep so many servants happy?
That's a good question. Why do you need to make them happy?
I need my sheep. If I don't have them, I'll have nothing.
Oh, are we now? Oh, Nosferatu thinking quantum fallacy. No, Nosferatu thinking.
Is it really true that if you don't have your followers, you won't have anything? Ain't you got other stuff you're interested in?
Yep.
I suppose I enjoy reading and video games. And I can do those things alone.
Exactly.
There's also playing games with my body.
You can also do that on your own, you know.
Oh, yep, there's that.
Which Americans don't do. You like to shoot people instead. Bang, pow, ugh.
Got to give it to her. But yeah, I'm getting strong Malkavian vibes. Makes sense why Malkavians are so good at these internet celebrities, because they get to be weird and people like to watch weird. Like, you know, that's literally where all of those freak shows went. It's online. On the other hand, she might actually be more interesting as a team blood, because she's somebody on the web, but in vampire politics she will be nobody. And again, I guess her being so cocky, full of herself, and yet asking for therapy. Yeah, it's better when she's old.
That ain't always true. But let's get back to what you were saying.
Yep.
If I don't make them all happy, they'll turn against me.
Control fallacy or Nosferatu thinking? Yeah, control fallacy.
Oh, wait a minute. That's one of them double control fallacies.
Yes.
A control fallacy? What is that, manling?
It's the idea that you either have complete control over something or no control over something.
Yep.
The idea that you can make everyone happy is something that ain't in anyone's power.
Exactly. You can't do that.
And assuming you have no control and they'll all turn against you ain't true either.
Yeah. Look at me. Nobody cares. I make videos because I decided to.
That is true, I suppose. I can do things you couldn't dream of. But I won't show them to you because you're an American.
For a little minute I thought she was going to something interesting, but no, it's more sexual teasing. Like, come on, Maddie, get a new material.
That is much appreciated, miss. And now about the stuff you were saying.
Yes.
All I'll be is the lonely, crazy girl with a flat full of stinky corpses.
Well, labeling.
Let's ease off them labeling terms. Don't go calling yourself crazy.
But I am crazy. And I know how strange I sound to these short-lived creatures.
Let's see about that.
I reckon I might sound the same if I were around as long as you and seen some of the stuff you've seen. Besides, crazy ain't got any kind of real meaning. What's sane? You've been around a while, you know them definitions change all the time.
That's true. Especially if you read a little bit of social history or sociology, or you're on the internet, you can figure out the correct term. I don't have to work this hard for this.
I suppose that's true. Don't think any of us are really sane.
That's a good outlook to start with.
I think that's a heck of a lot closer to the truth.
Yep.
I just want to look at my body parts anyway. Don't have much else to share, it seems.
And that's disqualifying the positive. Because, yeah, once you start selling your body for work, and it doesn't matter if it is like physical labor or sexuality or actually any body work, there is still this disconnect in our heads. Like, you know, I used to work construction and I used to work at pubs, and if you have shifts after shifts after shifts with no social parts of the work, you start seeing yourself like, yeah, I'm a body, and nobody cares about what's in my head, nobody cares about what's in my soul, which is disqualifying the positive here.
Come on now, you've been around for nearly 2,000 years. How in the heck could you have nothing to offer?
What do you mean 2,000 years? 1804. Oh, that's age, not age of death. Okay. Sorry, Maze Reed.
I'm sure you could tell me all sorts of things about history and the places you've been to and the things you've done.
If I talk about things I like, my followers abandon me. Fickle little bloodbags. You always like it when I show off, though.
Well, you become slave to the masses you have enslaved. She's a wonderful character, like on the character writing level, yes. Yes, so far I like her very much. She's not Calculon, though. Calculon is a meme.
That's a problem with your followers, not you. Don't go disqualifying the positive things about yourself just because they don't see them.
Yep.
Very kind, Manling. If you were one of my followers, I might even let you live.
Not creepy at all.
A very kind gesture, miss.
I can't help but think, though.
Yes.
I should make my little sheep happy. After all, they are willing to die for me.
Good
You
statement.
say you should keep your followers happy. Do you like it when they're happy?
Yep.
Just because I kill my bloodbags doesn't mean I wish to be cruel. After all, they're so cute when they die with smiles on their precious little faces.
Well, you know, even monstrous killers have emotion. And sometimes they are complicated like this. There are no other connotations here whatsoever. Never been. Don't even look into them. I'm gonna leave this screen on for a little while I talk. Yes, there are no connotations here.
I'm glad to hear that, but here's the thing. When you say you should make them happy, you turn it into a responsibility.
Exactly, you should enjoy that instead of making it a shoot statement. And I don't know how else to say that.
If you got 100 million people you should please, that's pressure you don't need. Get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You are too sweet, little mouse. Like a sugar mouse. Someone might try to eat you.
Heck, they already did. How do you think I turned into a vampire?
That's a good comeback because I was like thinking, yeah, is there going to be a comeback, or is he going to be freaked out again? Ah, no, Sam has the right amount of snap and the right amount of politeness for the character he's playing. It's wonderful.
You make me seem very silly for worrying so much about my blood bags. I'm not a very good vampire, am I?
Well, I don't know, you survived 1800 years, so...
Well, what's a good vampire supposed to do?
Exactly.
My bloodfather used to tell me that we were supposed to be gods.
Ah, Bloodfather, that's how they call sires here.
Told me that we would rule all humanity. I imagine he'd be ever so disappointed in me.
Of course, the streamer girl has daddy issues. Nobody saw this coming. Especially with such labels as the danger hair and danger makeup and all of these things which are like she's very tropey, but the fact that she kills those people, the fact that she uses them, the fact that she calls everybody silly names, yes, that makes her character click beyond those basic things. Even when she is like all the tropes. Yeah, take notes if you want to make a character like her. She's good, take notes. Calculon is for jokes. The upset Renaissance lady, yeah, she's also decent. The upset doctor, he's your basic vampire. He's the thing you expect from VtM. Yeah, Medi is like that character which shines, which stays with you, which haunts you a little bit once you go to your fridge and you actually start thinking about what is she on about. I like her.
Well, blood parents are always complicated. They like continuing their legacies, but people ain't too good at being anything but themselves.
Exactly. And that's a very good conflict. War of Ages. There we go. This sentence.
I wish someone would tell him that. He's a very bad listener.
Well, maybe he's my future client. We'll see.
Well, you should be proud of yourself for getting away from him. I know it ain't easy.
Exactly.
I didn't leave him. The druid sealed him away long ago.
Oh well. Mage is confirmed. Druids.
He'll slaughter us all when he escapes. And there will be nothing we can do. Oh, it's gonna be ever so much blood.
Nosferatu thinking.
I think we can handle a vampire. There's a lot more of us now, and I bet the bastard ain't even heard of a gun.
You don't understand. He's a wizard.
Well, last I heard, wizards ain't bulletproof. Let's give ourselves a little credit.
Oh. Androm has stopped helping me. I was like, yeah, probably this should have been a shoot statement. Or control fallacy, actually.
I ain't gonna worry too much about this fella. Besides, if he is coming back to kill us all, we only got so much time to enjoy, right?
Yeah, the wonderful thing is the game has stopped its training wheels, and we are going off the deep end, ladies and gentlemen, as I will continue to make mistakes because I am not a therapist.
These dang followers of yours have got you stuck at home, though.
It's better this way. It's not safe outside.
I'm sorry, you're how old and how powerful?
Well, why do you say that?
Because there are bad people out there. They've tried to burn me, touch me, enslave me. They are cruel and horrible.
Well, that's labeling.
I know you've been through some tough times, Mitty, and you got a hell of a lot of reasons to think people are all awful. But those experiences ain't the be-all and end-all. There's a lot of bad, a lot of good, and even more in between.
That's true.
Maybe. But it's safer to assume that it's all bad. Mortals are very afraid, and when mortals are afraid, they are quite cruel.
That's very true, and the entire reason for a masquerade, which I am not sure still if you people uphold.
That's more of that all or nothing thinking. There's billions of people out there now, and more differences between each and every one of them than you'd expect.
But I don't need to endanger myself anymore. I have my sheep.
Well, how are you happy?
I'm sure we'll get to talking about them real soon.
Yep.
We could talk about them now. They help me stay in my flat.
They help me stay in my flat. And how are you not enslaved to them?
If I stay in one place, I have power. Instead of them burning me, I can burn them. And touch them and enslave them.
That's a control fallacy, isn't it?
With all due respect, miss, you're playing with sunshine here. Life is always going to change. That's the one thing we can be sure of.
Exactly.
Your retreating from society is only going to make it harder to face the changes ahead.
Yep.
Such as when the machines arrived.
Yep.
What machines are you talking about?
The ones in the factories. The ones who made me leave the bog. Did not like that very much. Not at all.
Well, so she was living essentially as the witch of the woods. In a bog.
Oh, look, I didn't want to upset you. You're here to handle the world a little better, and that means being honest about what might happen. That makes sense?
Yes. The machines keep getting stronger. I should be ready for them.
Interesting.
All right. Well, let's keep talking.
They used to call me Calich Namona, the witch of the bogs. I like it that way. I like it when they think I'm a monster.
Labeling?
Hold on a sec, Mitty. I get that there's safety in people thinking you're some kind of monster. But what I can't abide is you calling yourself one. Names have power. You know what they used to call me?
We'll get some backstory.
Fuzzy McWhiskers. Scaly Tail Sam. Ooh, Scurrying Sam.
And she's enjoying this very much, which is also absolutely lovely.
They called me Slaughtering Sam. And as you might imagine, I didn't earn many friends with that name.
That's not very cute at all.
Exactly. That is very badass. I'm going to mark them both down still for Malkavian. Like, he's the control Malkavian who controls himself. And she's the standard Malkavian.
No, it ain't. I didn't feel cute neither. I felt like an evil bastard, and that ain't a good feeling.
I didn't say I liked being a monster. It just makes me feel safe.
Yeah, but now we're getting deeper.
Then let's find a way to help you feel safe without calling yourself a monster then, huh? But keep going.
That's a good point.
If I want to be safe, I should show them what a monster I really am from the safety of my lair.
Should statement. Should you really?
Well, why should you show them what a monster you are?
So that they'll know to stay away, of course.
You have millions of followers by doing this.
And is that the only way people will stay away?
It's the way I know. I used to put severed heads outside my cottage, but the policemen don't like that very much.
Yeah? Who would have thought?
So what if I said you should protect yourself by putting severed heads outside your place again?
I'd say you should learn otherwise. The police can be very mean.
Yes. The police can be very mean indeed. I will not expand on that further. But yeah, it's their job.
That's what I mean. Should doesn't allow a lot of wiggle room. It might seem like it's just words, but them words can lock us up tighter in a bank vault.
The worst prison is inside of your head.
But let's keep talking.
Living alone is the life I know, anyway. Well, I've known for millennia. I can't survive in society now.
Not controlling it, she is like yes or no.
We ancient vampires are very few. I can tell you with some certainty that your client is very good at hiding her true capabilities, perhaps even from herself.
Living alone is the life I know, anyway. Well, I've known for millennia. I can't survive in society now.
She's disqualifying the positive, isn't she?
You know, you're what, some 1800 years old? You're older than any government on Earth. You've seen the world change in ways none of us could dream of.
That's true.
Hell, you basically won the internet, and I can barely open up my Vmail program. You're way more capable than you're giving yourself credit for.
I suppose that's true. But I'm not very good with real life people. Unless I'm eating them.
You're still disqualifying the positive by canceling out all them skills you got.
Yep.
You can use all that modern lingo I barely even heard of. You dab, fam?
Now I feel old. You dead, fam.
That was ages ago.
Oh, you see? She's up with the kids and the jumps and whatever they have these days. The grams.
See what I'm saying?
TikTok. Yes, that thing. Maybe I should make one. A confused old man speaks things on TikTok.
You are very clever, sweetling. It is easy to forget how small and weak mortals are. But the world is a big place full of things that might try to hurt me.
Well, before you face the world, why don't we start with your neighborhood?
Yeah, like, she's literally having the elder issue of being too afraid to act while having terrible, terrible powers.
Let's start slow. Take a walk around your block, 15 minutes a day. Just spend a little time outside looking at the moon.
The moon. Malkavian.
I suppose if anyone tries to hurt me, I should be able to kill them or enslave them.
Yes, because there are no softer treatments of, like, you know, telling them off.
Very well, strange cowboy man. If anyone does kill me, I'll simply become a ghost. Then I can whisk myself up your bottom with a little ghost needle and poke at your guts.
Yay! Yeah, I'm staying with Malkavian. She is clearly a Malkavian. Like, look at this sentence, it's glorious.
I don't think it'll come to that. Just spend some time outside and see how you feel, and we'll talk again in a month. Sound good?
Yep.
Very well. I suppose my followers outside must be eager to carry my coffin home. I promised I would eat them when we got there, so shouldn't keep them waiting.
Oh, they think something else will happen to them. Well, yeah, it's gonna be a slaughter. Gladly we are not paid for this kind of treatment. Right now she wants to be less overworked. Let's continue on.
Farewell then, little mouse.
Bye bye, crazy lady.
Hoo-wee!
Yes. Woo-wee indeed.
Well done, my friend. You seem a little out of sorts. Are you quite all right?
She was something else.
Yes.
Like so many of our kind, she simply struggles to adjust to a constantly changing world. I think you will be of great help to her. She clearly likes you.
Apparently so. You know. Setting up those boundaries, being polite to people who are trying to get a little bit under your skin, it works. It's usually what people want, despite not knowing so.
That's what I'm afraid of.
And that is also a valid concern.
You are under my protection while you are here, Samuel. I guarantee no ghosts will travel in your posterior.
Oh, thank you, Andromacho. So nice of you to admit to blood sorcery and other dark magics.
You have done excellent work tonight. Please, relax downstairs. Summer will be here before we know it, and the nights shall become short once again.
Yep.
Rest in peace, my friend.
Tarnation. I'm glad the kids here aren't glued to their little TVs.
Ah, phones. Session 1. Maddie is feeling overwhelmed by her followers on social media and their demands. She relies on them for food and help dealing with mortals. Talks about mortals as if they are all the same. Spends a lot of time online. Creates strong one-way attachments with her followers. Needs to get outside. Yes, that capitalization. Wonderful. Bad at boundaries. Yes. I think next time I should figure out why she's got such a simple view of mortals. Maybe she'd be better off if she didn't see them as ants? Maybe. We'll see. And yeah, 4 weeks, 4th client. I cannot wait to see Dr. Drain next time. Now let's see what's in the
I
pub.
wonder why that is. I'll bet Crimson knows.
Yeah, because they're having fun here.
Giddy up, little doggy.
Ah, we finally get the music straight up. Here come the claims. Let's hope it's also revenue free.
I ain't heard that one in a while.
Truth is, I'm running out of cowboy terms. What can I get you, handsome?
Ah, yes, you cannot go cowboy all the time.
How about a kind ear for my troubles?
You got a real old school way of seeing bartenders. But in this case, you're right. I am a good listener. Lay it on me.
I got this new client. It makes me feel old.
Yes. Oh boy, yes. That's wonderful.
250-year-old man feels old, huh?
Nobody expected that.
Yeah. But seriously, I thought I understood people, but she's from another time, like. I've been around a long time, and I ain't seen nothing quite like this internet. But my client lives there.
Yep, a digital vampire.
And you think you can't help her because you don't understand the internet?
Honestly, yeah, I'm not sure.
I remember when the first steam locomotive showed up, and we thought, that's it. We've invented everything.
Alright.
Really?
Like, come on, yes. Can you imagine having no big machines and suddenly there's a locomotive?
Laugh all you like. Point is, I'm getting old faster than I ever have before.
Here's the thing, cowboy. Nobody understands the internet.
Yep, and that's a big secret.
I don't feel old yet, though. Still just glad to be alive, thanks to Andy's blood.
Oh, yeah?
I know you've been curious about why I've been drinking vampire blood. You don't have to pretend.
Yes, he doesn't know what a ghoul is. It's glorious that he's been such an outsider.
I've got a rare blood cancer. Andy's blood is what's keeping me alive.
That's a very good reason to turn somebody into a ghoul. I played a character who had an employee like that because he was ghouled before and finally escaped and realized that yeah, he would rather die than to be a ghoul and blood slave and a junkie ever again. And yeah, as I played a gentlemanly knightly character, he accepted that. And yes, sometimes one should have the choice to say that he will die. And that's not suicide. It's just riding out what life has dealt you. My character was very Christian, so this was a big question for him. It was very fun to play. Very, very fun to play. Especially if you know a little bit about the Christian mythos of deadly sins and whatnot. Very good character combination. An angry, drunken detective who has lost his family and has cancer. Leukemia, basically, which still hasn't reached terminal due to him being an ex-ghoul. And an old vampire who is climbing the social ladder, becoming the go-to spy master and mystic. Yeah, a lot of fun.
Oh, I'm real sorry.
I didn't say I was dying. I said I had cancer. Stop making that face.
Yep.
I'm just glad I found Andy. Don't think I was quite ready to die.
I, for one, am glad you're sticking around, Crimson.
Yep.
Well, thank you kindly. So what'll it be, Sam? You ain't gonna dance?
Yes, let's see the cowboy dance.
No, I ain't gonna dance.
Go dance, Sam.
You owe me that story one day, cowboy. Here, have a little something I whipped up for Andy. Herbal blood tea.
Alright. So that's rosehip, that's mint. That's how it should look like. So I wonder what's the blood in it.
No garlic, right?
No garlic.
Mighty kind of you. Maybe I'll take a nightcap. You have yourself a fine night, Crimson.
Alright.
Adios, muchacho.
I think that's my last client for a while. My caseload's big enough.
Oh.
I'm starting to get overwhelmed.
So we'll get to the end of the night and we'll say au revoir as always.
Maybe something from one of my books will inspire me.
Oh, we have a reading session.
But then again, I could watch cartoons instead.
What kind of... Oh, let's read a poem.
I think I'll read a poem. I've got one I love. Care of one, Walt Whitman.
Old Whitman. Yes, thank you, audio, for cutting out.
I celebrate myself and sing myself. And what I assume, you shall assume. For every atom belonging to me, as good belongs to you. I loaf and invite my soul. I lean and loaf at my ease, observing a spear of summer grass. My tongue, every atom of my blood, formed from this soil, this air, born here of parents born here, from parents the same, and their parents the same. I, now 37 years old, in perfect health begin, hoping to cease not till death. Creeds and schools in abeyance, retiring back a while, sufficed it what they are, but never forgotten. I harbor for good or bad. I permit to speak at every hazard. Nature without check, with original energy. Just a little reminder that I'm still human.
Yeah, nice one.
I think that's enough action for one night. Time I got me some shut-eye. Good night, son.
And good night, listeners, watchers, however you enjoy this media. My name has been Shimon. You've seen what you have seen, and what has been seen cannot be unseen. Until next time, goodbye.